Okay, it's pretty simple. You want to take the minimum amount of supplements because you don't want to overdose. You know, the most expensive pill that you can swallow is the one that you don't need, right? The one that does nothing. You know, so you want to make sure you're not taking something just because you heard it on the news, right? You want to take stuff that's effective. So you want to stick to the D3, which has been proven to be effective to help boost your immune system. You want to take the omega fatty acids, like we said. You want to increase your fats, and you want to take a basic multivitamin that's going to cover your bases, which is what the daily detox is. It's your multi. The daily detox is your multivitamin with all the things in there to help you raise your immune system. So, you know, how do you know you got this problem? Well, you come here and you get scanned. Right? You come here and you get scanned. Because how do you know if somebody's not healthy? Posture, the scans, x-rays. Those are the only ways to tell whether or not somebody's back is bad. Okay? So what we're offering for this class, none of you guys are guests, but we're offering it to guests. So, you know, if you need to get started, we were offering to do that for free, to do the scan and the exam. And if we need to take x-rays, we'd have to charge for that. I can't give everything away. Okay? But that's what we're going to be offering also at the dinner. So when we do the dinner, that's what we're going to be offering at the dinner too. So when you bring a guest, that's what they, not only do they get a meal, that's just a gift, but the real blessing is that they get checked to see whether or not they have any of these problems. So you also want to maximize your oxygen. We talked about this a couple of times. You want to do your T3. You want to do that short, intense workouts. And then how about just deep breathing? When was the last time you guys just took a real deep breath? Everybody right now. Ready? Push it all the way out. Good, Gary. In, con. And then out. It wakes you up. Wakes you up. Makes you think a little better. So it's really just doing that a couple of times a day is going to help you. All right, you want to, yeah, okay.
I have a suggestion.
Sure.
I mean, I know you like to get everyone to eat, but I don't like to exercise by myself. Maybe once a month you could have an exercise course for us, you know?
Every Saturday I was meeting outside in a walk-run club to try to get people to exercise out there. It got down to me and Chris, you know. So I stopped doing it. But I'd be more than willing to if you can get 2 people to come, I will show up.
Well, I work on Saturdays. Could we do another day?
Saturday's the big day, you know. That's my day off, so you know I'm willing to come in on my day off. But during the week, yeah, we've got a lot of things scheduled. Now we do a class on exercise, and I've gone to places. I've gone to businesses. I've gone to the bank across the street and did a T3 with all their employees and taught them how to do it and got them in there and did a T3 with them. So yeah, I mean, if you can get a group of people together once a month, even at your work, and I'll show up. Yeah, you get them together at the post office and we can schedule it, and I'll go there on a Tuesday or Thursday morning.
Would you be willing to come in and talk to us? Because I'll do that.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And I've done that. Like I said, I've done it for the bank. We've done it for the schools, for the teachers.
Did it for me.
We did it for you, for your job, right? So yeah, sure, we'll be willing to do that because that's part of it. We want everybody to be well. I don't want just you guys to be well. I want everybody to be well. And if that can get people exercising, then well, like I showed you, that's huge to help them. So yeah, anything I can do to help. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, once a year blood work. You get that on the bottom. Once a year, you should get blood work. And I had mine done a couple of months ago. And my wife's been staring at it because she's trying to find something wrong with it. And she's like, something's. That's not. Yeah, you know, everybody's got some issues, you know, but mine are pretty small. Yearly blood work. So you want to get these tests done. You know. They have I went to the blood lab in town and got the male profile done, so they checked my testosterone level, my glutathione levels I asked for. That was a special test. I mean, and I marked off a bunch of tests. It was about $140 for all these blood work tests that I got done. And it was basically all of these. I didn't get the Hep B, C, or HIV because I haven't been exposed. You know, I got them checked years ago, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. You know, I mean, I'm not an IV drug user, and you know, I'm married. I'm good with that. I'm good. You know, I'm okay with that. So, so I haven't had it checked, but it is. I guess I should get C checked because you can get that from food.
Correct.
But you know, I just haven't gotten it checked. I got all the other ones checked though. I didn't think of it until I was doing this slide with them. I'm like, yeah, it's a good idea. And the reason why is all these things are going to check your immune function. All these tests are going to check how your body's functioning and how your immune system's functioning. And if any of them are offline, then you know you've got to step up your game. You know, maybe go from your diet to the core diet. Preferably go from the core diet to the advanced diet would be the real answer. But on most people, just getting on the core diet would be a step up. So, you know, changing your diet, you know, if you get this stuff or talk to us, you know, we'll tell you what you need to be doing and what needs to be done. But these are the blood tests that you should have checked. These are all markers. If any of these things show up, they could be, not necessarily, early warning signs for cancer development. So that's why you want to have that checked. So this is my friend. Actually, it's not my friend. This is what your brain is supposed to look like. Okay, so what happens is you produce cerebral spinal fluid up here, and it circulates down, and it goes around your brain. It also goes down your spinal cord and bathes your nervous system, and comes back and gets reabsorbed, okay, in your brain. So this fluid's constantly being produced, bathing your brain and your spinal cord, and then being reabsorbed. It's the reason why we like rocking chairs, because your sacrum's a pump, and it literally helps pump that fluid back up to where it can get reabsorbed. Okay, that's why we feel more comfortable walking than standing, because the motion helps keep that fluid pumping and moving. Okay, so it's called sacral occipital. Your occiput is one end of the pump, and your sacrum is the other. And you've got these two pumps, and your occiput pumps it down, and the sacrum pumps it up, and your brain produces it. So this is a normal brain. This is a brain stem. This is that cauliflower-looking thing. Okay. So remember, I told you about my friend who got that cancer. Oh, it's kind of dark, but this is the tumor. See how big that is? This is the cauliflower. It's not cauliflower anymore, is it? It's squished. It's cutting off that circulation, so the fluid's building up in here, and it's squishing his brain. That's why they thought he should be dead. This is his MRI. They said, holy cow, you should be dead. How did you walk in here like that? His symptoms were not pain. They weren't headaches. It was fatigue and weakness. He liked it. He was a chiropractor. This is a chiropractor friend of mine. He's a bodybuilder. He liked to work out, get big muscles, show off all the time. He didn't like doing T3. He didn't like running. He didn't like aerobic exercise, but he liked getting them big muscles. So he wasn't getting too good at getting that oxygen in and out, right? He also dabbled with some steroids and some medications to get bigger. He wanted to get big. He took protein drinks like crazy to the point where he was actually causing his kidneys to shut down because he was drinking so much of that growth stuff, you know, the muscle building stuff, right? Muscle milk or whatever. He was doing all that stuff. He was making himself toxic, but he was getting adjusted. So, did getting adjusted prevent him from getting cancer? Obviously not. But it did make the doctors go, why are you alive? See, he would get weak and he'd feel funny and he'd get adjusted, and it would make just enough of an opening, take just enough pressure off to where that fluid could start to drain, and then he'd feel fine again. So he was getting treated like this for years. And one day, his knees went out from under him at a seminar we were at, and they transported him out, and that's what they found. And they drilled a hole in his head to drain the fluid, and they opened him up to remove the tumor and went, oops, closed him back up, and charged him $450,000 and told him to get his things in order because this is non-operable and chemo won't touch it. But they said it was metastatic cancer. They said it was metastatic, and they could only find it in his brain, and they could only find it in his bone marrow. And they didn't find it anywhere else in his body. As a matter of fact, that's the majority of the testing they did, was looking for it, because it should have been through his entire body. But over the last 8 years, because he's had this cancer was there for, they said, 15 years. He's had that. For the last 8 years, he was living maximized living, and he was doing the core diet, and he was